Welcome into Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome in. It's a glorious Tuesday, or as we like to say here at the brand, it's a look-ahead day. We are live. It's Coach and Company on the Stadium Network, Bally Sports Live, YouTube, social media, however you digest us. We're just happy that you're here. We are available in over 100 million homes every single day, and we have best bets. We have a lot of discussion, so we are way more than just a sports betting brand. Coming up on the show, we have our look ahead on the Tuesday. We're going to look at some of the best coaches and sound of the weekend. We've got our fantasy forecast and also our NFL look ahead. What lines can we beat before we get to Thursday or to Sunday? Now, we were all in last night on the Bears, and for about 2.5 quarters, it was all good until it wasn't. And that's what happens when most of your plays are on one side. So Raphael, he gets the 15 seconds this morning. Everybody else, oh, they've got some work to do. Oh, now I will say Chuck hit his member exclusive play in soccer, but only a few of you, or several of you, got that play. Now, you guys know we are super, super busy at the brand every single day. I need you to subscribe to both YouTube pages because never forget, 2 to 4 Eastern time, it's Off the Ropes with the Coach, me, on SiriusXM channel 156. At that same time, here on our YouTube channel, it is Weekday Wagers, DG and the boys. And then on demand, if you missed the Coach and Bro show yesterday, we encourage you to go to our BTT YouTube page. Check that out there. And then last night, we had a ton of fun on the Monday Night Grind. Now, all the housekeeping is done. And I know one thing I got to get to, and I'll get to it. But on a Tuesday, the crew that I have chomping at the bit, that's right, they're ready to come in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. All right, so duty calls. Look at this motley crew on a Tuesday. My goodness. Now, we always like to reward, if you're new to this brand, whoever had the best day the previous day. And I'm not going to talk about our member exclusive plays, which a lot of them hit. But Raphael on the show, 2-0 yesterday, big boy. So you, sir, get the 15 seconds this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. A nice 2-0 day. I also had the Bears, so I'll take the blame on that one. But the rookie quarterback throws an NIT, so J.J. McCarthy, no soup for you.
Wait a second. Did you just say, I want to make sure that he threw an NIT?
Yes, he did.
Interesting. So he didn't make the big dance. He's playing in the NIT tournament.
Maybe. You never know.
All right. I don't even think he gets what he said.
I said NIT. I got basketball. I'm doing college basketball futures.
It's March already. It's March already. All right. Up next, he is the youngest member of our team, and he's so valuable, live from the Dallas-Fort Worth area and his girlfriend's apartment. Good morning, young Peyton.
I'm in my apartment. Come on, Coach. I put these things up on myself, but she did help me put these up. I will say
that's why they're like this a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I was sitting on the bed and I was like, yeah, right there, a little higher, right. But considering that I've had the Ravens and the Bears and the money lines the past 48 hours, I'm not great, Coach, but I am an Angels fan, so at least I have that going for me. But they've
been hitting
too.
a lot. Yeah, they stink too. At least you can score runs, and they give up a lot of runs. But if the gambling gods have never spoken, they've spoken the last 2 nights with the Ravens collapse and the Bears collapse. All right, this man has the best beard in the damn game. You can always read his stuff over at Prize Picks. Mr. Soupy, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. This was a great first weekend in the NFL just because the primetime games were all settled by one possession. I know we're not getting that for the rest of the year. We are going to get those Thursday night stinkers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, I saved this man for last because he was freaking all in. And give his fandom all the credit in the world today. He's got the Bears hat on. But last night, If you watch the Monday Night Grind, you saw him fingernails painted. You saw him in a Bears onesie, and it's all or nothing. Mr. Mikey P from SureDog USA, how you doing this morning?
On to Detroit. This is Tuesday look ahead. We look ahead to week 2. I don't even know what you're referring to.
Well, I know this, that on the Monday Night Grind, we have a little game we like to call the Legends Lounge. And it is something that, is it a little bit immature? Sure. Is it a ton of fun? Absolutely it is. And last night, Mikey, we were doing all the different plays. And a year ago, 18 weeks, producer man couldn't get the job done. And it took him less than a quarter to do it last night. Mikey, would you like to do the honors and kind of read what happened last night with the first touchdown?
Absolutely would, because you guys are not blessed enough to know all the things that producer man does behind the scenes. Look at this plaque that he got himself as Caleb Williams runs it in with a 9-yard touchdown. Light it up, producer man.
This is what happens when you allow the man to be on the ones and the twos. He's going to do it for himself. Now, he's backed himself into a corner, however, because I told him I wanted this to happen. That if you're a premium member, and you can do it right here, you can do it right now, and you hit in the Legends Lounge, producer man will make you your own plaque individually if you are a premium member. If you are not, hey, we're still going to recognize you as well. We're going to have one big thing, and if you hit it in the link that we provide on Monday nights, we will add your name to the list. Raphael, can you believe that after all of those weeks last year, producer man, in day number 1,
just reminded me that I'm still not in from last year and week 1 this year, so I'm lonely by myself.
You're still hanging out on the curb. You're trying to tip the guy a $50. It's only hundos at this lounge. I can tell you that much right now. All right, producer man, congratulations. And also, by the way, if you become a premium member and you're watching on YouTube and not Stadium, you get a little star next to your name as well. We welcome everybody. We want everybody. All right. Obviously, we did not have a winning day, but you also get an extra episode as well if you are a premium member. All right. We got to have a bounce back day. So I have one very simple question. Who won? Raphael, you were the quickest. Raphael, best bets, go.
We're looking to stay perfect for the week, and we're going to the Dodgers. That's right, the LA Dodgers. Team total over 5.5. You think that's a big number, but who are the Colorado Rockies throwing today? German Marquez. His last 5 starts, his ERA is 8.14. The Dodgers are going to tee up. Maybe the Dodgers will complete a no-hitter today. They almost had back-to-back no-hitters. I like the Dodgers bats to have a field day against Colorado. And then we're going to take the Cardinals, Seattle Mariners over 7.5. Low total. I don't understand why the Mariners have outscored their opponents. They have 3 straight wins, outscoring their opponents 32-6. I think the bats of Seattle is going to have a field day against St. Louis, who is just waiting for the summer to start.
Yeah, they're a game under 500. It's just kind of a ho-hum season for the Cardinals. All right, Raphael, good start. Young Peyton, big boy, coming down to you. Best bets, go.
We need a bounce back day here. The Cubs also need a bounce back day. They've lost 3 straight. Time to get back on their feet with Cade Horton on the mound. Braves hitters are 0 for 17 against Cade Horton. 0 for 17. He got pulled after 5 hitless innings last week against the Braves as the Cubs try to preserve their starters for the postseason. I got the Cubs on the money line at -105. And how about the Red Sox A's game in Sacramento to go over the total, which is sitting at 10.5 right now? I love it. It's Jeffrey Springs is pitching for the A's, who's much worse at home. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dustin May stinks now. A 4.96 ERA, a 6.59 ERA on the road. Love the over tonight in Sacramento. And I love this over 10.5 at -110.
That still sounds weird. I love the over in Sacramento. Oh, my God. Sounds like a movie or something. All right. We got to keep it moving. Young Soupy, what do you got?
I'm going Yankees Tigers over 8.5. Casey Mize, he has a 4.26 ERA on the road. Last time he pitched at Yankee Stadium, gave up 5 earned in 5 innings. Will Warren, you know his inconsistencies, but in the last 4 starts, the Yankees, that game has finished the total of over 8. So I'll take that over 8.5. going from the current Yankees to a former Yankee, Michael King. He was having a great season. Unfortunately, got hurt, missed 3 months. His last start against the Red Sox, not so well. I think it's a bounce back against the Reds. He has a 30% strikeout rate against this team. The Reds, they have lost 4 of their last 5 games on the road by multiple runs. Give me the Padres -1.5.
The Reds also ho-hum 72 and 72. All right, gentlemen, well done. Mikey P, coming up to you.
Got a little synergy going with young Peyton. I like the Chicago Cubs on the first 5 today. You already heard what Kate Horton did in his last start against the Atlanta Braves. That's at a -105. And then the Seattle Mariners team total over 4.5 at a +100. Give me the Mariners, who have scored 32 runs in their last 3 games. All they need is 5 runs tonight. So give me that at a plus money. I like the Mariners to put up runs all day tonight, or all night, I should say.
All night, just like producer man in the club last night. All night. I mean, the man didn't even get in, till the sun came up this morning. So it's remarkable that we're even on the air. All right, gentlemen, well done. But you guys know what time it is. You know who we have to bring on to the show. Oh, Coach, we're 10-4 against the spread over at the the Chargers, the Ravens, the Bills. It's driving me insane. But if you follow Just the Stat Sports, you'd be cashing ticket after ticket after ticket. So, Marky Model, you're up.
Coach, I am so happy to bring the Just the Stat Sports play of the day because we're focusing on the ladies. We are going to 2 teams who are fighting for their playoff lives here. We're going to take Derica Hamby for the LA Sparks to get over 15 points, something she's done in 11 of her last 11 road games where she's averaging almost 28. And we're going to pair that with Golden State Valkyries Janelle Saloon to get at least 4 rebounds. She's done this in 9 of her last 11 games, in 5 of the last 7 road games, averaging just over 6. Put them both together, you get a +101. Just the Stat Sports play of the day.
I am inclined, after whatever that was, to give people their money back. Oh, my God. What was that? First and foremost, scan the QR code. You'll get the first month for $1 using the code NFL100. And it gives you all of the stats. You've got handicappers. It's a great tool to have in your toolbox. Mark, what the hell was that? Like, legit, what the hell was that?
I was paying homage to the guy who went 2-0 last night.
If you're going to pay homage, you have to do it as he would have done it. You can't tip the cap. That's my gimmick. That's my gimmick. You're taking 2 gimmicks and you didn't even do them correctly. Raphael, what do you have to say about that?
He's 2-0 against the spread on taking gimmicks.
True that. Facts. Oh, my God. Producer, man, we got to clip that off. I mean, it's Raphael, can you do it correctly, please?
Hey, ladies.
Something like that. I don't even know, Peyton, whatever that was.
I don't really want to hear it again. I definitely don't want to hear it around the diamond.
Yeah.
The good thing there's no ladies and around the diamond.
Yeah, no kidding. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, we do have Round the Diamond where you get more best bets from the diamond from Mark and JTS as well. That's coming up in our first break. But still to come here on the show. Our very first rendition of the best sound from the weekend. We put that on Mikey P's plate. Also, our fantasy forecast. What players are we looking forward to playing on our fantasy teams this week? And also, our NFL look ahead. We do it every single Tuesday. The 3 biggest games and how we beat the Lions. Because you saw it last week. Points matter. A half a point matters. We have our NFL look ahead as well. Oh, I love that we are at this point of the season. This is Coaching Company. Where else do you want to start your day? Presented by Afterburn, live as always on Stadium and Bally Sports Live.
Let's go. We had just completed week 1 of the NFL season. It was great. It was wonderful, but the Ravens lost. I'm not that happy about it. And we're extremely pumped about the great week 1 we had. But what about baseball? We need to keep doing this around the diamond. Stuff's coming up here. Playoffs coming up. Mark, where are we headed today?
We're going to start today off with a 3-team Nerfy. We're specifically targeting 3 teams. We're targeting the Pittsburgh Pirates, the New York Mets, and the Colorado Rockies. Put them all together, you get a plus 111 Nerfy play. Simply put, Pittsburgh's facing Kyle Bradish, Baltimore. The Mets are facing Ranger Suarez in Philadelphia. And Colorado is traveling all the way to the West Coast to face Emmett Sheehan at the Dodgers. Combined, these pitchers are 22-0 at home. Pittsburgh has been horrible. They've been 6-1 no runs first inning in their last 7 road openers. The Mets are 77% Nerfy when they're on the road, and Colorado is the absolute worst team in the Major League Baseball at scoring first inning runs on the road. 3 bad teams, 3 good arms, plus 111 is the play. And then we're going to go with the Seattle Mariners on the run line at plus 108. They're playing St. Louis. They're 2 games behind Houston in the AL West, but more importantly, they hold the last wild card spot where there's only a 4.5 game difference that separates them and 4 other teams they need to win. They're also facing St. Louis Matt Liberatore, whose name should be Matt Let Him Score, because in his last 3 road starts, he's got a 6.28 ERA, 16 hits, 10 runs. He hasn't gone beyond the 5th in any of them, and that is the round of the diamond.
Model my ass shirt. Are you kidding me? You can shop behind the turnbuckle.net and get yourself one of those. Man, that is beautiful. Look at that thing. Mark, that is a crazy nugget from you. 22-0, the pitchers combined in the first inning. Very surprised one of them is Ranger Suarez, who's been fantastic this season. But what are your thoughts on the Phillies lately as the Bryce Harper and Alec Boehm look like, or not, Trey Turner and Alec Boehm were out yesterday?
Yeah, I know Turner's nursing an injury. They hope to have him back here. They will have him back by the postseason. I'm not really that concerned about it. This has been a great series so far between them and the Mets.
Well, got to keep doing around the diamond here. Playoffs coming up. Really excited for it. Let's go. We'll be right back on Stadium.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Coach coming here live on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. Now, there are certain things that happen at the breaks that if you're watching on Stadium and Amazon Prime and YouTube TV and Direct TV, I mean, we're everywhere, that you're not privy to. And something happened at the break that I don't even know if we're able to continue. I need to see everybody on the screen, please, producer man, because we do a thing called Round the Diamond where we throw out baseball picks. And I was watching. I tried to take a step back, try to relinquish the power in the show. And I wasn't really paying attention, but I could have swore, Mark, that one of your plays for Round the Diamond was a 3-team. What?
A 3-team specific no-run first inning, Coach.
Oh, and what's the one bet I hate the most in baseball?
You weren't on the segment, so I figured I could sneak it in.
Just like you're sneaking in your merch at the bottom left-hand part of the screen, and you didn't think I would see that as well? What the hell is going on, Mark?
Rumor has it that it is flying off the shelves, so go ahead and get that stuff now before it runs out.
Well, my response to that would be 2 of those 3 words. My ass, it is flying off the shelves. But if you want to get yours, you want to send in a picture, you want to be on the show, you can do that right now. A 3-team Nerfy? Oh, I will not have it. I will not have it, Mark. All right, drop everybody off. Drop everybody off. I'm upset now. Give me a one shot. Because every single week we are going to look back at some of the best of the weekend. But I'm trying to not be so much of a hands-on and hand it off, so to speak. Just not to Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter. So, Mikey P, I need to see you. Because I know that I tasked you with a little something last night. Good morning once again.
Good morning, sir. Yes, and I am very excited that, there's a lot going on in New York, but Bill Belichick, the ultimate soundbite, never disappoints.
Is there significance in that, since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
I'm not going to be able to get rid of him. He's a hell of a player. I told him, I said, you're my new rivalry now. Like, I don't got Lane no more. It's going to be you. I'm going to see you twice a year, so we might as well buckle up. It's going to be a long one.
What it is. They acquired all these guys in the offseason, future Hall of Famers on that side of the ball, and we put up 32. And there were still plays that were left out there. So, like I said, all we got to do is keep building, keep getting better, and we'll be good.
The one thing to me that had to turn this game is, man, we can't have turnovers. We can't do it. We have to be a more disciplined team, right? There were some penalties that happened in that game that was true discipline issues. And, again, that's something that will be addressed because you will not be on the field with this team if you're going to cause us to lose games. You're going to cause issues like that. So we will get that addressed.
Yeah, well, no, it's clear that I'm not welcome there around their facility, and so they're not welcome in ours.
All right, a little bit of tech issues there, but we get the point. Mikey, well done, sir. Well done. We'll look at some of the best sounds of the weekend. Also on Tuesdays, gentlemen, it's never too early to start looking ahead in a little something that we call the fantasy forecast. And we're not going to give out, because it's Tuesday, plays as far as numbers are concerned. But Soupy, you're in charge of the fantasy here at the brand. So what have you decided we're going to do every week for this segment?
I think it's best that we look at some of the storylines from week 1 and we forecast what your options are going into week 2. So injuries, certain players getting more playing time. What do you do with that situation, and how do you take it to fantasy?
I love it. So I think 2 storylines from each person would be great. So let's go around and we can discuss. So Soupy, let's start with you. What is your number 1 storyline?
I got to look at the Brock Purdy injury. He has a toe and a shoulder injury. There's questions on whether or not he's going to play this week. So what are you going to do? Mac Jones is the backup. He has playing experience. He has been a starter. And what we see with the Kyle Shanahan offense is that he can seamlessly put in quarterbacks and they can do the job. But do I think he's a fantasy option? I don't know. I think they're going to rely on the run. You saw Christian McCaffrey and how well he played that week. So you got to look at other quarterbacks. You got to look at Trevor Lawrence, who had a great first week. Justin Fields was absolutely incredible in that game against the Steelers. I think he's going to forecast well for the rest of the year. But for my second storyline, this is the guy who you need to get. Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes is back. He's the guy that the Giants wished he could be. But you know what he didn't have with the Giants? He didn't have an offensive line. He did not have receiving options. He has it in Indy. He looked great. I think if you need a quarterback, that is your top option going into week 2.
Awesome. Peyton, Mikey P, do not do what Soupy just did. Allow me to re-tee you so you can catch a breath, so you can really separate your storylines.
I was in the zone.
What's that?
I was in the zone.
You were in the zone? I guess that's what you call it.
Especially when I'm excited about Daniel Jones.
You were excited because he had a good week. He had a really good week. Yep. All right. One storyline, young Peyton. Let me come over to you. What do you got?
We're going to another Brock. Brock Bowers here, not returning to the game after a knee injury in week 1. And when he was asked after Sunday's game, he said he was fine. The Raiders probably think they're going to the Super Bowl now after winning their first game. So they're going to try and make sure he stays on the field. They play Monday night against the Chargers, so that gives Bowers an extra day of recovery. However, if he can't play, the Raiders have Michael Mayer, who will become very relevant very fast and will need to be a fantasy pickup if Brock Bowers is out. And, Coach, please re-tee me because I am out of breath.
See? All right, Mikey.
Boy.
Mikey, what's your first storyline this week?
My first storyline is just relax on your elite star wide receivers. Jamar Chase, two catches. A.J. Brown, 1 catch. Nico Collins, 3 catches. Oh, yeah, those numbers are real, but just relax. All 3 guys have favorable matchups in week 2. The Eagles going up against the Chiefs, the Texans going up against the Bucks, and Jamar Chase and the Bengals going up against the Jaguars. It's okay to have one bad game. Don't start selling them off for bags of potato chips in your fantasy leagues. It's okay.
You don't want to be that idiot. Oh, I got rid of Jamar Chase in week 1 because he only had 2 catches against the Browns. All right, since Soupy eliminated himself, Peyton, let me come right back to you. Do you have a second storyline, sir?
I do. I'm going to go over to Xavier Worthy, your boy, Coach, who seems like he could be out for a while. Head coach Andy Reid says he's rehabbing his shoulder, and they'll take things day by day. But if Worthy missed his time, I think Hollywood Brown's value will be as big as ever. As we kind of already saw that in last Friday's game when he had 10 catches and 99 yards receiving. So definitely like Hollywood Brown. Sorry, that is a tongue twister.
It really is. I was shocked to see his numbers at the end of the game. And I was in the middle of a poker game at the same time. We have our monthly divorced dads poker game. But I looked over and I was like, man, this guy had 10 catches. Great look by you, young Peyton. All right, Mikey P, give me another one.
All right, well, kind of sticking in the receiving area, I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons passing offense. Coach, I know the Cowboys are famous for their triplets in the 90s, and I don't know what you would call the Walmart version of that, but I think they're building something in Atlanta with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. Those guys combined for 21 receptions, over 200 yards, as Michael Penix threw for a touchdown, no picks, and nearly 300 yards. Atlanta would be on fire if their kicker could make a kick.
The ball went sideways. What are we doing? The ball went sideways. All right, Soupy, are we clear on how this is going to go now moving forward?
Crystal.
Interesting. By the way, you mentioned Brock Purdy, Soupy, and burying the lead for the 49ers. Yeah, they walked out of Seattle with a win, but George Kittle is now going to be missing for multiple weeks. How much of an issue can that be for San Francisco on the field, but also for people who have him in fantasy?
That is huge because last year in PPR, tight end 3, standard tight end 1, because he knows how to stretch the field. What we saw, though, from Ricky Pearsall, he is looking like their top wide receiver. If Jones in week 2, can they find a connection? But it looked like Purdy and Pearsall found a connection in week 1.
It feels that way. It really, really does. You mentioned, Mikey, already some big-time wide receivers and not get off the bus. Last year, I got very frustrated playing Travis Kelce, and he just didn't have a lot of big games until he did. Maybe it's just who he is now because he had another very low-key game against the Chargers.
Yeah, this is a guy where if somebody's just getting into fantasy, I think you can still sell him off on name value. Maybe there's a Taylor Swift fan in your fantasy league. You might be able to sell off Travis Kelce, but kind of temper your expectations with Kelce. However, to young Peyton's point, with Xavier Worthy out, you're literally running out of options on the Kansas City offense. So Kelce could see increased usage. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't want to manifest it, but Tyreek Hill looks like the most disgruntled man in Miami, and the NFL loves the trade back.
Oh, would I love that. Come back home. Leave your 13 kids in Miami, but come back home. Come on. Speaking of quarterbacks, young Peyton, speaking of don't get off the train with receivers, Burrow, 113, Tua, 114. What about these elite quarterbacks that didn't even get to half of what their number was?
The Dolphins just look terrible. Terrible. And if you're talking about bad quarterbacks in week 1, how about Russell Wilson? Just 17 for 37, 168 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 for 12 for 26 yards and 2 sacks when pressured by the Commanders' defense. The Giants looked awful. Russell Wilson looked terrible. And I'm going off on them because my boy's a huge Giants fan. He's watching the show right now. And I'm telling you, the Giants have now lost their last 3 openers by a combined 89-12. 89-12. That's terrible.
It's embarrassing.
Awful.
It's embarrassing. What's your boy's name, by the way?
Kyle.
Kyle, what up, Kyle? Okay, is he like you were? Is this what we do in college? What up? What up, Kyle? Hey, Kyle. Good to see you this morning, Kyle.
Kyle plays basketball a lot.
He what?
We play basketball a lot together.
Oh,
yeah.
We knew that you played basketball from one of your videos last year when the basketball went all the way down the Hollywood Hill that you live on in the Lodge Estate. It was a low-key flex, Mikey. You weren't here yet. You weren't a part of the team yet. But he decided to go out and shoot some hoops to tease Soupy just a little bit in the Hollywood Hills with the Hollywood sign behind him. Yeah. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Tell me to make it when it comes back, you can go get it. Why did it go down the hill?
No, he didn't have one of those things on his outdoor rim. All right, still to come on the other side. We're looking forward to the biggest games of the week in the NFL because in the league, half points, full points, they absolutely matter. Ladies and gentlemen, where else do you want to be? This is Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, live as always, Stadium and Valley Sports Live.
Too easy.
Hello, mate.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't real cops, are you?
solar flare hit, we lost our humanity. You saw what people did to the world burn. The monsters they became. If we're to rebuild, we have to hold on to every masterpiece of human achievement. Jake, you have a gift for acquiring treasures.
And what would I be hunting down this time?
Mona,
The Mona Lisa?
in all her motherfucking glory.
Guessing you're my contact. We're headed to the worst place on the planet. There's nothing there but disease and warlords. Yeah, this is definitely a bad idea.
The world is a gladiatorial arena. A worthy opponent is hard to find.
I could have taken that guy.
You're welcome.
We just flew into a war zone. Jumped out of a plane for the first time. Got attacked by a tank. And all this for a painting? I don't get it. What's going on that everybody's willing to die for?
We want our world back, Jake, from these agents of chaos.
We got work to do. I love this song. They're all over us. How many tanks does this guy have? How many tanks does this guy have?
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
It is still hard to believe that man once knocked me out in Steubenville, Ohio. Remember, we may be playing some trivia. Write this stuff down. What city did Batista, that man in Afterburn, knock out your boy? And now he's in movies with Samuel L. Jackson. All right, I need to see my boy Raphael, please. Because, Raphael, I get that question every single day. You make lines for books around the world. How many tanks do you think he's got?
My original number was 2.5. So I'm excited to watch the movie just for that, to see how close I am on my betting number.
I feel like we should do it here on the show. I feel like we should have Doc Sports make a number for how many tanks Batista's looking at. Can we do that?
I'll have a sportsbook put it up. Let me make some phone calls after a couple of meetings today. I'll have a sportsbook put that prop bet up.
That'd be amazing. Because then I can call. Okay, I got it. All right. So I'm trying to relinquish control, right? This is just something new that I'm trying here at the brand. And today, how do you think I'm doing? Because producer man's been in his own world. He's doing his own thing. He was in the club late last night. He's probably a little shaky this morning with his, hand on the trigger finger. But how cool was it to cash? What was it? Plus 2,500 last night? First touchdown. Was it 2,500, 2,200?
Something around there.
He keeps asking me, can I put my plaque back up? Can I put my plaque back? So I guess that answers the question, plus 2,200. Now, we get it. Actually, low-key, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And look at producer, man. He's trying to make everybody feel welcome. If you are a premium member and you cash just like producer man did, you get your very own virtual plaque that you can have forever. You could probably even put it in your picture in the chat, Raphael, couldn't you?
Oh, easily. The sad part is if no one wins next week, producer man can roll everything back next week.
Why would you give him that idea? Why would you do that? Because now he's going to do it. It's just going to randomly pop up in the show with balloons and fireworks. God, it just grinds it's only been 1 week, and I'm already grinding my gears. All right, we got to get into it because on Tuesdays every single week, we like to look ahead, Raphael. And I still need Raphael. I still need him. I don't need him to go anywhere. What numbers do you have before I bring the guys in?
Well, let's jump on that 49ers game. Everyone's saying, Brock Purdy could be gone. Kittle could be gone. They're playing the Saints. Pump your brakes. The Saints were +7. Now they're only +4. I think this number rebounds because, again, the 49ers are playing the Saints. I think money will come back on San Francisco.
Did you
And
not
then-
learn your lesson last week, though? I looked you right in the eye, and we pushed.
I did. I know.
We're like
I
pushing
know.
against each other.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some praise. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is 11-4 straight up and 12-2 against the spread as an underdog. Most books have the Eagles -1. FanDuel has Kansas City -1.5. Be very careful when you're shopping this number. I think people are going to realize Mahomes' underdog status, and they're going to flood the market with KC money. So if you like the Eagles, I say wait because you can probably get a better number. And then Pittsburgh Steelers, they're -3 right now. This number opened up at 2. The books are telling me we could see 3.5 or maybe 4 just because of how Aaron Rodgers played against the Jets defense. Not because they just beat the Jets, because how they beat the Jets defense.
Wow. Okay. Something to keep our eye on. I'll have Raphael staying on top of this every single minute of every single day. He is obsessed as we are when it comes to this kind of stuff. Raphael, as always, thank you very much. All right, on Tuesdays, the numbers always change between Tuesday and Sunday or Tuesday and Thursday. So we're going to start with the biggest games of the week. We're going to start right there at the top, the Super Bowl rematch, the Eagles in Kansas City, in my beloved Arrowhead Stadium, to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Eagles, of course, guys, are coming off a very kind of win over the Dallas Cowboys at home on Thursday night. They've had the 10 days, technically. And then the Chiefs went down to Brazil and couldn't stop a 3rd and 14 late in the game. So, young Peyton, I'm going to come over to you. This is basically a push. Eagles came to Kansas City last time and left talking trash walking up the ramp. What happens this week with this number?
Yeah, sorry, Coach. The Chiefs just won't be a threat until Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy come back. They mean too much to Mahomes in the passing game. Number 16 can't do it all himself. And just because this is a Super Bowl rematch does not mean this should be a point spread. I don't care where the game is. I know Raph just had that great Patty Mahomes as an underdog stat, but who did he have then? Rashee Rice. Probably dating back to Tyreek Hill and Xavier Worthy. He doesn't have any of those guys now. I like the Eagles to cover and to win this game by a touchdown.
People don't give enough credit. By the way, did you say number 16 or number 15?
I said number 16, Coach. I will take that and own it, but I meant number 15.
Very good. All right, Soupy, let me come over to you because a lot of times Mahomes, and he never complains. He never, ever complains. But Peyton just brought up a lot of good points that he keeps losing receiver after receiver after receiver. What is he supposed to do? And the Eagles, they really reloaded on defense.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup for them. What they need to do is that offensive line needs to pick up the blitz. You got to take the pressure off Mahomes. But what I love about the Chiefs is they know how to rebound after a loss. Since 2021, they've only lost back-to-back games one time, and that was all the way in 2023. So it's been well over a year since they've lost back-to-back games. And I like them in rematches. They know how to adjust. This is a good pass front from the Eagles, but I think that means shorter passes. That's why I believe Travis Kelce is going to get involved in this game. Short slants, get him up the middle. He knows he can take those bumps in the middle. I think they're going to be able to move the ball. I'm taking the Chiefs. I like them in this game.
I just don't know if Travis Kelce really is this slow. I keep making excuses, the weight loss, the whole thing, but maybe he's just dropped off the cliff already, Mikey, because 2 catches, 47 yards, something like that. He's got to be bigger. He's got to be 7, 8, 9 catches if the Chiefs are going to beat the Eagles this way.
And I believe they are. Coach, one other thing we're not talking about yet is the pending status of Jalen Carter after Spitgate. We have no decision yet. I think that's going to be a huge loss for the Eagles defense if he does not play in this game. But also, did we not see the Eagles basically had no passing game? So as much as we're worried about the Chiefs and their weapons, A.J. Brown, may I remind you, 1 catch, 1 target, 8 yards. Even Travis Kelce did better than him. So with all the concerns about what the Chiefs are doing in the passing game, I have even just as much concern for the Eagles. So I like the Chiefs on the money line here as I stand on top of Kiss Up Mountain.
And I love Kiss Up Mountain more than anything. Here's what I'm scared of. How did the Chargers cement the game last Friday night? 3rd and 14. What happened?
He ran the ball.
Herbert ran the ball, 25 yards. What did Jalen Hurts do all game on Thursday against the Cowboys? 2 rushing touchdowns. They couldn't stop him. No pass rush. That scares me a lot when it comes to this Kansas City defense and the fact that we could not get off the field on 3rd down against the Chargers. You got to have stops. If you don't have stops, you can't win football games. All right, let's flip it over to the biggest one in the NFC this week. 2 teams that won last week, the Commanders and the Packers. And I said on BetMGM tonight, because some people are out there promoting the brand, gentlemen, I said that the Packers are my pick in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. And they looked every bit the part against the Detroit Lions. Micah Parsons, what a debut. So, young Peyton, let me come over to you, because right now this game is in Lambeau. They're laying 3.5 over a Washington team that didn't play great, but they didn't have to, beating the Giants 21-6.
No, both these teams outscored their opponents in week 1 by 2 touchdowns. And the difference, the Packers played a tough Lions team and the Commanders played the Giants. Nonetheless, both very good teams who will both make the playoffs, but the Packers looked dominant in week 1. Did they do that because the Giants looked, or the Lions looked that bad? I think the Packers were actually that good. And that those games, this game's at Lambeau. It's going to be tough for Jaden Daniels to hear through his helmet. I'll take the Packers to cover the 3.5 here.
Yeah, I think they might. The only reason I think, Soupy, Jordan Love will not be in the MVP conversation is because the way they play. You better not get behind the Packers, because they will just hand it off to Josh Jacobs and they can chew up that clock. Also, they're not an over team. Do not bet overs with Green Bay unless you think they're going to fall behind. That's how good Jordan Love looked in complete control against Detroit.
That's what's so good about this team is they have that run, pass, bounce. There's a ton of options. Well, unfortunately, Matthew Golden, he got hurt. He might not play, but he wasn't much of a factor in his debut. Here's what the Packers need to do to beat the Commanders. And this is why they got Micah Parsons. This is why he's important. If you can rush 3 and get to Jaden Daniels and scramble him out, you're good. Because where is he going to run when you have all of those defenders waiting for him and to not get those big gains? That's the key, to get to Jaden Daniels, only rushing 3. If they can do that, they win in Lambeau.
Are we sleeping a little bit on part number 2, Mikey, when it comes to Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, I look at this plus money at a plus 155, and I think it's going to be much closer. I think the Commanders have a much better offense, a little bit more rhythm than Detroit did after losing both their coordinators in the offseason. I really like the plus 3.5 or the Commanders on the money line. I will give Micah Parsons his flowers. He had a 21% win rate on pass rush against Penei Sewell, one of the best tackles in the league. But I think, Jaden Daniels' ability to move out of the pocket is going to be crucial for the Commanders. So I like the Commanders plus 3.5.
And let's bring this one home. We'll do the third game at the break on YouTube. But Peyton, for the Packers to continue to play this well, Micah Parsons has got to be on the field. Was he just kind of trolling all of us? Because he didn't look like he had any back issues on Sunday.
Definitely didn't. No, he likes where he is now at Lambeau, but who doesn't? I mean, he's got this crowd behind him in his own building for game 1. He's pumped up, and that adrenaline will get you going. There's no such thing as an injury when you got all that adrenaline going through your back.
No doubt. I got time for you 15 seconds, Soupy, on Micah Parsons.
Yeah, this was a great pickup. They already had a great front line with Rashawn Gary, who had 7.5. They had 3 different guys with 5 sacks. Adding Micah Parsons just makes this one of the best pass rushers in the league.
No doubt about it, gentlemen. Well done. Every single Tuesday, we're going to be looking ahead to try to beat the Lions, because they are always changing based off of big bets that are made in Vegas, whatever the case might be. We've got our numbers guy. We've got my guys every single Tuesday, fantasy forecast, and the look ahead to the biggest games. On the other side, more issues for Tyreek Hill. This is Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. All right, you degenerates. We continue on here on our YouTube page. One more game I want to look at when it comes to this weekend, and it is an unlikely 1-0 team against a 1-0 team. Peyton, the Broncos workmanlike. They beat the Titans by 8. The Colts looked the part, 33 points, blowing out Miami and Tua and Tyreek and all those guys. So 1-0 against 1-0. The Broncos on the road, they are favored. Should they be?
Yeah, they should be. And Daniel Jones decided to look like an MVP on Sunday. He helped Indy snap the NFL's longest active opening day winless streak at 11. He ran for 2, threw for 1. But Miami's defense was a complete joke. And if Bo Nix throws 2 picks against the Titans defense, what the heck is going to happen against the Colts? I'll take the under in this game and the under only.
Soupy, your thoughts?
I have to agree with him there. This is still Denver still has one of the best defenses in the league. I think it's going to be a bigger test for Daniel Jones. As long as that offensive line plays as well as they did in week 1 against Miami, allowing time for Daniel Jones in the pocket, let him run if he has to. I think it's going to be a great game, but I still think Denver's just too good. I think they rebound and they win this at -2.5.
On the road, and Mikey playing inside of a dome, playing in Central Time. I don't know how much of an issue that's going to be, but I don't know the Broncos should be favored in this one by 2.5.
I honestly think it should be more because I don't think Sean Payton's happy with their performance against the Tennessee Titans. Bo Nix looked like he may get started off to a sophomore slump. So either Sean Payton's going to get this kid right or the Broncos are going to be in for a long season. Listen, I'm sorry, Soupy. Daniel Jones is still Daniel Jones, right? You may have makeup on for one game, but you're still a pig with makeup on in my eyes. So I like the Broncos -2.5 easily in this game.
The saying is lipstick on a pig, not makeup on a pig.
He needed more than lipstick, Coach.
All right. Broncos and Colts. We'll discuss all of the big games Sunday morning live at 10 a.m. on Coach and Company, exclusively on our YouTube page. All right. We are back live on Stadium and Bally Sports Live in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here on Stadium Bally Sports Live, coming up in about 5 minutes. If you were not here at the top of the show, we will recap our best bets for the day. All right, I need to see my guys because this just broke on ESPN, and it's not really new news, but it could lead into something that we're keeping our eyes on. TMZ has apparently obtained documents alleging 8 separate incidents of domestic violence on Tyreek Hill against his wife. Now, we don't ever get into that kind of stuff, but this kind of illuminates all of the issues that Tyreek Hill has had since he's been in Miami. So with the issues, Mikey, that Kansas City is having and the fact that he used to be a star there, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility if Miami continues to struggle. Maybe we start to look at the trading block.
Yeah, I would absolutely think that that's the number one place for him to go if the Miami Dolphins decide to move on. I know Pro Football Talk also listed the Baltimore Ravens, but we're starting to see a trend in the NFL where franchises are more than willing to remove a bad negative spotlight and send them back to a place they're loved. And I think Chiefs fans will look the other way and just welcome Tyreek back with open arms.
There's no question that they would, because in the offseason, in addition, Tyreek made some, I don't want to use the word enemy, Raphael, but he did not make any friends. Some of the comments he made, refusing to go back into the game at the end of the year last year, and then they did not vote him a captain, which is a big deal for a guy who's one of the highest paid players and a former Super Bowl champion. Are his days numbered in Miami?
Oh, easily. But it could be numbered in the NFL. If I'm the Chiefs or the Ravens, why would you want this? I mean, I just read the report at TMZ. I don't know if I would want this kind of stuff in my locker room. But at the same time, you can get him dirt cheap. They can probably get him for a half rack of Kansas City ribs for go back to the Chiefs. So I just don't want him in the league. I just read the report. He shouldn't play anymore, period.
And it's all alleged. It's all alleged. And that's why we just talk about it from as long as he is eligible to play standpoint. And right now he is eligible to play. So young Peyton, there's a weird ability to move on quickly when it comes to athletes in particular. And when you're electrifying and you are a game changer, you have a little bit more rope than others might have.
Yeah, and if we talk about Tyreek Hill on the field and on the field only, Coach, he's the fastest guy in the league. And he can get open whenever he wants. Third downs, huge plays for Patty Mahomes. What's he doing? He's scrambling out of the pocket, but he can't find guys. And we saw that this past week. Think about Tyreek Hill and how he can adjust and find some open field. He does that all the time. And Tua did not look good for the Dolphins. He's probably extremely frustrated in Miami right now. He'd be really happy to go somewhere like the Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs.
And Soupy, from a prize picks or fantasy standpoint, right now, at least through one game at the end of last year, not even close to the numbers, but the books still put them up there, a chance to fade right now.
Yeah, that's based on just name. And we're talking about he's electrifying. You know, it's been over a calendar year since he's had a 30-yard reception. He's not as electric as he's been in previous years. I don't know if that's a situation, whether he's unhappy. We've seen players in the past go to a new situation, or for him, a familiar situation, and all of a sudden it's back to that vintage look for him. So I think right now I would fade him in fantasy. I would fade him in anything unless he does make a move to, let's say, the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is a great nugget if you're looking at longest completion or longest reception for Tyreek Hill. It's always north of 30. Hasn't done it over in calendar year. Hashtag it pays to watch live. Well done, Soupy. Well done. All right. If you guys weren't here at the top of the show, we got you covered. Don't even worry about it. It's time to lock it in. I do want to confirm in that article on ESPN.com, Tyreek Hill has not been charged. It is unclear as of this morning whether or not law enforcement is investigating any of these allegations. They only were in court to put a bow on it. All right, 10 seconds or less, one or two nuggets is all that I need. Soupy, start us off. Let's go.
Yankees Tigers over 8.5. Casey Mize 4.26 ERA on the road, and in Will Warren's last 4 starts, the total has gone over 8 runs. Let's go Padres minus 1.5. Michael King coming back. 181 batting average the Reds are hitting against King. I like him for a rebound coming off his second stint on the IL.
Raphael, talk to me.
We're going to take the Dodgers team total over 5.5 minus 120. We're just fading the Rocky starter Marquez. His last 5 starts, his ERA is 8.14. Dodgers have a field day with him. And then Cardinals, Mariners over 7.5 tonight in Seattle. Seattle's outscored their opponents 32-6, and there's 3 straight winnings. I have a feeling they're going to have a 4 straight winning streak tonight.
All right, very good. Young Peyton, talk to me.
Taking the Cubs on the money line, minus 110. Cade Horton on the mound. The Braves still looking for their first hit against him, 0 for 17. And Red Sox A's over 10.5. Love this play tonight. Dustin May, 11 losses. Jeffrey Springs, 10. Someone's got to win, but I'm taking the over in this one.
Mikey P.
Little synergy here with young Peyton. Give me the Cubs first 5 at a minus 105. Why? Because Cade Horton's on the mound. And the Mariners are averaging over 6 runs to start the month of September. So give me the Mariners team total over 4.5 at plus money, plus 100 as they take on the Cardinals tonight.
And over at the site, JTS 10-4 for the NFL thus far against spread. I believe that's the number. All right, Marky Model, JTS, play of the day.
We're going to go with LA Sparks, Derica Hamby, to go over 15 points tonight. She's done this in 11 of her last 11 road games. Listen, bottom line is Sparks need to win if they're going to get in the playoffs. And we're going to pair that with Golden State Valkyries' Janelle Sloan to get over 4 rebounds, something she's done in 9 of the last 11 games. Playing the Storm should be a competitive game. Put them both together, you get a plus 101, just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Very good, and we want you to be a part of it. This is the best time. Get that QR code. We're going to give you the first 30 days, the first month, for a single solitary dollar. Using that code NFL100, and you can get all of the stats, all of the edges, and the tools in your toolbox. All right, Raphael, make me smarter.
Padres had a great come from behind W yesterday, so let's go with this one. The San Diego Padres have won 7 out of their last 8 home games after going to extra innings.
Very interesting. I wonder how many people just throw away that stat, and then every day it just hits and hits and hits and hits, Raphael. Correct?
Correct.
So, Mark, I have been addressing a few things during the show with you going behind my back with Producer Man, and you two feeling like you could go into business for yourself today. So, Producer Man, not once but twice, put up his plaque and then your Model My Ass merchandise has been featured more than once. Anything to say for yourself?
Stick with the hits, Coach. Stick with the hits.
It's play the hits, Mark. It's play the hits. Did nobody get my trash talking classic lines book in the mail, or are we just throwing out just any sayings that we want to throw out?
I do like makeup on a pig. I mean, I'm gonna.
It's lipstick on a pig.
But
It's
can't argue.
lipstick
You
on a
can't
pig.
argue with a guy that has fingernail polish on
That's
makeup.
I was going to say the same
You
thing.
can't argue with a guy like that.
Mikey, do you still have the fingernail polish on?
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay, you win.
You think I was going to allow that twice, Raphael?
Okay,
Who
you
are
win.
talking to?
I was
fan.
I was in class last night during that game. Did Mikey really have a onesie on during the game?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
oh,
and fully colored nails, and we tried to bait Big Tommy C just a little bit because we wanted Big Tommy, that big old thumb of his. We wanted that in blue and white Giants colors, but he couldn't take the bait. Good job today, gentlemen. Producer man, you know what time it is. Give me that one shot. It's now time for all of you to go out into the world. Do not forget, coming up in 30 minutes, less than, we have a full coaching company, 20 to 30-minute podcast to support the morning show, and also off the ropes this afternoon, 2 to 4 Eastern time on channel 156. In the meantime, and weekday wagers, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window for my entire company. Damn it, do I love them all. My man Raphael, Soupy, Young Peyton, Mikey P, producer man, congratulations. I'm simply the coach trying to get this train on said track. This is Coaching Company presented by Afterburn, live on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. Have a great day.